God dang, the news is pathetic. It was on the channel I watched weather, and they're talking about this hurricane. You know, they turn it every event. Hi, Missy Cat. How you doing, Betty? Every event that happens, they turn it into marketing, and then marketing for their business contacts and make them look like heroes. It's like, just do what you gotta do. Don't talk about it, just fucking do it. Okay. You know, we know it's not intelligent, okay, to live right on the water, to have a restaurant right on the ocean. Okay, we know that's not intelligent. It's convenient for a egotistical expression and making a extortion gig out of egotistical expression. Okay, it's not intelligent. It's not conducive for the fragile ecosystem to have because you have to have bathrooms and kitchens and grease traps, and then you use chemicals to clean out the kitchen and the thing, so you don't end up with that screaming Hell's Kitchen dumbass or that rescue bar guy coming up. What the fuck? Just live trespass free. Be like an apostle. Love like Ruth and Esther, and shut the fuck up. You know, they're pathetic. Okay? There's nothing important or intelligent about anything these people are doing on television. Okay? Like Hitler. Okay? He's the ram in the book of Daniel. Okay? In Nostradamus, it's history, and there's all these things about history, and all these, you know, Time Life magazine, National Enquirer, New York Times, Washington Post, LA Times, all that bullshit, you know. Talking. In the Bible, which has the most important and significant human beings in the history of the world to help us live righteous, holy, and faithful eternal lives through holy covenants. I'm important. Jesus is important. Daniel's Melchizedek. But Adolf Hitler, he's the ram hit by Stalin in the side. Stalin's the goat. That's how important, okay, Hitler and Stalin are in the Gospels, by the people communicating about who to talk to, what's right and what's wrong. Okay. And I don't have conversations with Stalin or Hitler. I've had conversations with Lenin, who had to talk to Stalin. Okay. And Stalin would tell him exactly, you know, what. Stalin's one of those type of guys, you know, that tells you he's going to kill you. One of these days he's going to end up killing you, right? And it's going to be a real pussy sniper way. It's not going to be, you know, Frank Langel or whatever with Ricardo Montalban on the Zorro thing with Yvonne DiCarlo. And that's ridiculous too. Because I've been watching Zorro, right? And Zorro has spy rooms and hidden places like all the old kings of England and Europe and stuff to go hide from a revolt to the presence in case there's a revolt, because we're not living the lives of King David or King Solomon. And then there are almost all the stories that way. Tony Stark, Don Diego, you know, you name it, they got it. Even that story with Drew Barrymore that Amy watched, where she gets the prince guy and saves him and walks out of everything she can carry. It's still about a good prince who has a castle while other people live and are extorted and exploited for their farm labor so they can have protection from the other goons by the local goons. Zorro, Zorro, the fox of cunning and free. So they just paint a portrait of philanthropists being as good as somebody like me, which we all know is complete bullshit, right? That's why my life is in documentation. That people that were the people that give you the marketing of Zorro and Tony Starks and S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra and all that shit. They were like, he's gonna, because the stories are, you ever read the book of Revelation? I mean, it's hard to read. It's one British guy who read it. Sounds like a schizophrenic, psychopathic episode. Hello, asshole. I was born in the end of the 20th century and then revealed to the world as the guy like King David and Jesus in the 21st century. Sounds like a schizophrenic, psychopathic episode. No way! Wow. No psychopaths or schizophrenics in the Mesilla Valley threatening to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons if they can't fuck them in the head with technology over money. That doesn't sound like a schizophrenic or psychopathic episode at all. Sounds like this episode needs counseling. Not counseling, canceling. That's it. We've tried counseling for 15 years. Let's just cancel. Okay. And that's what the technology's going to eventually do. Because it's based on perfection of words and linguistics, thought, language, and action to sustain the natural laws that come together to sustain our existence and to keep our universe in balance and harmony with the rest of space, you know, the final frontier. No, it's not the final frontier. There is no final frontier. Just, you know, homestead and shut up. People that are aggressive and violent see everything as a challenge or battle, like John Travolta's ridiculous character on Michael. Battle, it's like, oh God. It smells like chocolate chip cookie. He smells like ass. It's an ass scent candle. Oh, shut up. Oh, go dance like a bitch while the woman you say you love is dying in cancer in LA and New York. Wait, well, you dance like a bitch in New York, she dies in LA. Well, he had to do it for his career, she understands. Okay, it's totally bitchy. No, man, no. I got out of the military and got away from those bitches. I got 2 years with Marianne before she died from cancer treatment and abuse and excessive and compulsive behaviors from psychopaths, you know, and instead of getting into retirement, 20 years in the military in retirement, so I could be more economically comfortable like my sister, hang out with a bunch of assholes. You shot somebody from 1.25 miles away. No, a quarter mile, dumbass. 450 yards is a quarter mile, dumbass. And you called in airstrikes in Vietnam? Are you sure about that? Okay. They set people up in this town, dumbass. You don't have a conversation with me unless, of course, you're like, okay, okay. Nobody in this town has a conversation with me. Unless, of course, you know, okay, I can get through this conversation unscathed. You would be the sword. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Well, because you're given life by the glory of grace, and I simply adore you. You jump in my face and try to challenge me, you're going to get your ass kicked. Eternally. They're going to collect all the evidence. It's not going to be a comic book sold to you at the Jehovah's Witness or the Mormon church stores or the Vatican City. I'm putting them in all out of business. The one corporation that is being isolated, contained, and dealt with because they have business partners all over the world manipulating all the corporations called religions is an organization called the Temple Set Illuminati. Okay, they're the ones responsible for all the horrible things in my life because they were put into action to deal with me. And I was just in 2009 when they came up and revealed themselves to me because I was paying no attention to them whatsoever. I said, just live trespass free, just live the Lord's Prayer. It's not time yet. That wasn't your decision. That's my decision. Okay, everybody's praying throughout time, worldwide, because of your corporation's fuck-ups, to me, to be an all-powerful God. Not David Rockefeller, not Philip Rothschild, not Bill Gates, not Uber super techs with all kinds of, not a people, you know, that think they control this phone. Control is what I do. I'm emotionally in control. Okay? There's that dude in Russia, what's his name, Vladimir Putin? You know, Stalin's fart. Yeah, he's an asshole. He's a total asshole. He knows he's a bitch. Because I said this right off the bat down in Sierra Vista, man. He's a pimp. A pimp would sell his own ass for cigarette money in prison if he didn't have Tracy Morgan to act like a bitch, or his old lady, his wife, or his sister. Okay? He's a bitch. I'm a man. You know, you can take my money off to Mexico. I'll make more money to render into Kaiser what is Kaiser's till I get the technology to reflect actual intelligence. Okay? You take my daughters down to Mexico and you rape them to death. You do it in Russia, wherever you do it. I will have to do like David and hunt you down and kill you with your own technology. Well, you set up the narrative. I just wanted you to be intelligent, submit to the Lord's Prayer, so you could be truly worthy of being loved by women and children. But since you're not, I'll handle it. I'll take care of it. I am truly worthy of being loved by women and children. Okay? A woman who accepts laying in bed with a man who will not stand for the Lord's Prayer and accepts money as reality has turned herself into a whore, and she's being fucked by a whore who's trying to masquerade as a man, but he's not. That's Vladimir Putin. And if that's you too, here's what I want you to do. Take my hand, come let me take you to Loveland. Don't you know how sweet it can be? Me and Larry used to make fun of that all the time. Punchy. Well, because Ralph, okay, is Larry is, okay. Larry is the Cancer on the floaters, right? And Ralph is the Aquarius. But at our barbecues, Larry is the Aquarius and Ralph is the Cancer. So we always used to joke about it and things when we'd argue at the barbecue about, man, you gonna get sick eating it like that. Me and my mom always ate it that way. But why don't you just let me, save you that beautiful hamburger. I will eat it and you can eat my shoe, Punchy. We were funny at a barbecue. No, it was hilarious. We just do shit like that. He's a good friend. He's a good friend. He's a good person. Rockefeller doesn't like anybody. Rockefeller manipulates everybody. Well, nobody will help you. No one will stand up with you. They eventually will. My life is eternal and grace is infinite. I'm patient. I'm not an angry little off with their heads like the eagle on Zorro and David Rockefeller and Vladimir Putin. I'm a man. Of course, I act like a man because I am. They act like a bitch because they are. Okay, guys? I love you. I'm not challenging them. I'm just explaining to them how to stop being a bitch so they can act like a man, so they don't have to feel like they're being challenged. Hey, go save the dog from the coyote. They have that. It's like, yeah, you have to do that. I saved my dog from 2 pit bulls. Came out the door. Roar. I've done it many times. Nah, didn't kill the pit bull with a shovel. And I don't work at a university where I tell people if I told you what I do for a living, I'd have to kill you. It's like, I live for a living, and I tell you how to save your children from having home invasion through technology, from peckerwoods like that. Alrighty then. Well, thank you. Thank you, all you people that say, thank you, Earl, you're wonderful, we love you. Well, I love you too. Let's all be wonderful together and live that Lord's Prayer. Hasta aquí hoy. Or yesterday. I love you.